What up, boys, and welcome back to another video. So as you probably know by now, every single Wednesday I've finished up 100 runs for a random dungeon in the game, and I show you guys how to run it, how my route is, and what I've received after farming it 100 times. We've done so many dungeons, it's insane. Like, the amount of runs that I've done is literally sick. So if you guys can see all the videos in the playlist in the comment section, it's like pinned on the top of the comment section if you guys have missed out on some of the runs. But we've done like pretty much every single classic dungeon in the game, and a couple of TBC and Rat of Lich King ones as well. So if you guys got any suggestions on what I should do next, then leave it down in the comments section so I can see if there's a specific dungeon that you guys want me to do. But in today's video, we're doing Shadow Labs. So it's Rookar Forest right down here, and it's this one like all the way down south, Shadow Labs. And I mean, it's an okay dungeon to run in terms of having fun. I'm really focusing on like having fun, because if I'm not having fun, it's not worth doing. We're playing a video game after all. So in terms of routes in Shadow Labs, it's pretty much straightforward. Well, it is straightforward. Like, there's no alternative routes that you can do. You just basically kill every single mob that you come across. You loot every single mob. And if you have mining, you're going to make a tiny bit more gold, because there's always going to be 2 veins or deposits in this dungeon. We're also doing it on normal mode. Can't do it on heroic because you gotta kill some bosses for doors to open up, and as soon as you kill a boss on heroic, you're gonna be saved to the dungeon. So you gotta make sure to kill all of these mobs, otherwise this boss won't spawn. There we go, kill him. And really important, like down in this end of the dungeon, there's usually a deposit or a vein that can be hard to see unless you move kind of like towards it, or if you pay attention to it on the mini-map once you enter the dungeon. So that's like the first spawn of a vein. The second one is right in here. There's either a spawn on the left side or on the right side. There can also be one behind this boss. Pro tip in this room is to aggro the boss, because as soon as you aggro the boss, you aggro every single mob in this room. So it kind of saves you a bit of time to gather them up. This dungeon is super fast to run anyways though, so it doesn't really matter that much, but it's nice to do it as fast as possible, I guess. And keep in mind that class, as I said, it's a fast dungeon, so you don't need a speed set, you don't need a specific class. Any class is going to work for this farm. So, can also be a deposit or vein spawn in this room. But the density is not that great, especially not in this room. The last room with the boss, the density was obviously really good. So basically what we're after in Shadow Labs, like why the fuck would you farm Shadow Labs, right? There's no point in killing these skeletons. They don't have a loot table, so don't worry too much about them. But why would you do Shadow Labs? I mean, most TBC dungeons are like have somewhat the same loot table. Some of them have like specific green items that can drop in certain dungeons because of the mob. Like, is it an orc mob? Is it an undead mob? And so on. But the green items are usually dog shit, like really bad. So what you're after in TBC dungeons is the different primals. There's usually different primals dropping in different dungeons. In this one, there's no primals besides from the primals that you get from mining. And the only materials that you're going to get, because you can't skin anything either, is going to be from mining. So you're pretty much just banking on getting some world drops, man. Some plans, some patterns, maybe like a Blade of Wizardry, like a transmog, some schematics, formulas, and so on. But after killing this guy right here, you just teleport out. I'm a druid, so I use Dreamwalk twice, and then I go back into the dungeon. And doing 10 runs is really smooth. It goes really fast. So I kind of like the dungeon. I do mostly because I haven't done it that much. I would, like usually I would just do Shadow Labs. Not Shadow Labs, Monotubes instead of Shadow Labs, because you also get some primals, because there's actually mobs that drop primals inside Monotombs, and there isn't in Shadow Labs. So that's what I normally do. So when porting back, reset dungeon, mount right back in. But what you guys really care about is how much loot I received after doing it 100 times, right? So this is what I got. And I did get some more mode of fire. I didn't have them with me, but you guys can see there's like 60 of them in the bank. So I've got 60 well, 6 primals then of primal fire. But this is what I have in the bags. So I just kept these shields because they're blue. I tend to keep blue items just to show you guys like kind of the amount of blue items that I receive. 2 of this axe right here, market value 4k. This bow sucks ass. Actually has a sell rate of 0.04 though, so it might be good on your realm. And this robe, one of those, one of this staff. I've sold a lot of this staff in the past. We got an epic, the lightning crown, one of the worst ones. We also got one of the worst weapons, the hammer of destiny. It's only 1,000 gold. That's actually none of my realm right now, so I'm definitely going to post it for more. You guys have probably seen this item before. These hats sell really well, so I always keep these. We've got some shields. Shields tend to sell really nice too. The dragon wing blade always sells, so I kept that one too. And then we got this one, the formulas. We got major resilience. We got spell search, which is a really good one, 52,000 gold in my realm. We got this one as well, which sucks on my realm. And then we got this one, a recipe. We got a design, another design, another design, and another one. We also ended up with well, there's 735 adamantite ore in my my bags. The rest of it is from previous farms. So 735. Didn't melt this into bars. I did, however, melt the corium into bars. So we got 23 plus the 5 that I got in this run though. Well, 4 in this run, and I had 1 ore in the past. So not too bad in terms of corium. And then we got the eternium as well. Some primal shadows and some primal earth for mining. So overall, using the script, we're sitting at 199,000 gold. So roughly 200,000 golds after doing it 100 times, 10 hours, because there's a lockout. You don't really use 10 hours though. You can get the runs done in half that time, so like 5 hours, and the gold per hour it kind of goes up to 40,000 instead of 20,000 an hour. But since you get locked out, I like to use the per hour phrase. So 20k. But it's all RNG. That's the thing about TBC dungeons. Most TBC dungeons is always going to make you gold because you have the option to either skin or mine. And they usually drop you like a few smaller items, like transmute items and recipes and formulas. And that is pretty much it. Like, you gotta strike it lucky to get a good gold per hour out of most TBC dungeons at least. So, I mean, this is okay. We've had worse TBC results, so it's not too bad. But that was it for today's video of 100 runs. So let me know in the comment section down below what I should do next. And until then, bye-bye.